My highly esteemed listeners, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you're listening to me. I am so delighted and happy to have you join me on another episode of the Enlightenment Series. The Enlightenment Series is a weekly podcast brought to you by Haskinization Global. And on this platform, we inspire growth, we speak about greatness, we inspire conviction, we bring about transformation, and we ensure you become a better person with your life and in all your endeavors. And if you're joining me for the very first time, my name is Yakubu Huleji, and I am the founder of Haskinization Global. So not to waste your time, this episode will be focusing on a very, very wonderful topic, a topic that speaks of something that is silent, but it does a lot of destructive work. A silent enemy of growth and greatness is what we are going to be talking about on this episode. And that silent enemy of growth and greatness is called the comfort of applause. The comfort of applause. The comfort of applause. You may be wondering why I say the comfort of applause is a silent enemy of growth and greatness. Actually, applause are very good. They are very, very good. It is very, very good when you do something and people are there to encourage you, people are there to clap for you, people are there to tell you do very well. It's actually very, very good. Applause serve as motivation sometimes they serve as the boosters to energy. Sometimes when people applaud your work, it boosts your energy, it makes you refreshed, and it helps you to feel seen. It gives you a feeling that you are seen, you are valued, what you do is appreciated. But while applause is very, very good, something can happen and then it will become very dangerous. Applause can become dangerous when you are beginning to feel very comfortable in the face of applause. When people begin to clap for you and it leads you to becoming comfortable, too comfortable to grow, too comfortable to feel you've arrived, then it becomes very dangerous. And as it becomes dangerous, it becomes an enemy to your growth, it becomes an enemy to your greatness. And this is what we are going to be talking about on this very episode. So I would like us to understand the nature of applause. I would like us to understand the nature of applause. And understanding the nature of applause will help us understand why we shouldn't be comfortable with applause. Yes, that is where I'm driving at. That is why I want us to understand the nature of applause. When we understand the nature of applause, we will know why we shouldn't be comfortable all the time when people applaud us. Yeah. One thing we should know very of high importance is that people often applaud you, or people often give you accolades based on the limited version of you and not your true potential. People give you accolades, people praise you, they clap for you because of a limited version of you. They clap for you because of what they can see now. They clap for you because of who you are currently, or the little they can perceive about you. But what if I tell you that is not the fullness of who you can be? That is not the fullness of who you can be. There is so much that you can become that a lot of persons who are clapping for you today may not have even seen, or they are not even seeing you close to that. They may not be seeing you very close to that. People often give you applause because of the version they see, because of the limited version they can see currently. I want you to know that the version of you that everyone is seeing, the version of you that even you yourself is seeing, is limited. There is so much more that you can do. There is so much more that you can achieve. But maybe for some reason you may not yet be there, or you are not yet there. So when people clap for you, when people praise you, when people give you accolades for the things you do, they usually do that based on the perspective of what is obvious, based on the perspective of what they see now, and that is a limited version of you, and it is not your true potential. Oftentimes, when you realize your full potential, you get to discover that while people are clapping for you, there is so much more. There is so much more for you to do. There is so much more for you to handle. There is so much more that you need to pay attention to, because this is not the end of you. This is just a limited version of you. And there is a potential that you have. There are potentials that you have to get to the peak of this for you to actually feel fulfilled. Another thing we need to understand about applause is that while some praises are genuine encouragement, some people are just basically trying to be polite. Some people just want to exercise what I call social politeness. Yeah, they just want to clap for you because everyone is clapping, or because they just want to massage your ego. Yes, that is it is sometimes. And it is a basic truth that anyone who wants to go far in life must come to terms with. That while people sometimes may genuinely encourage you, while people sometimes may genuinely clap for you, some other persons are just trying to be polite, basically. And when people are just trying to be socially polite, it means that they are not actually clapping for you for what you are doing. They are just doing it to fulfill formalities. And if you are going to settle and become comfortable for such applause, it's going to limit your growth, it's going to limit your greatness, it's going to limit where you are going to, because you feel you've arrived. That's just it. That's just it. So now, what are the dangers of the comfort of applause? What are the dangers of the comfort of applause? First, it reduces your hunger for improvement. The moment you begin to feel very comfortable with the praise of men, the moment you begin to feel comfortable with the clapping of men, the moment you begin to become comfortable with how people talk highly about you, you begin to reduce in having hunger for improvement. You begin to reduce in having that virtue of hunger. You begin to feel, oh, I'm already almost there. Meanwhile, most times it's not really like that. It reduces your hunger for improvement. The moment you become comfortable with the applause of people, you begin to go down. You begin to become limited in thought. You begin to feel you don't need to improve anymore, and that will limit your growth. That will be like a pin that is being thrown on a balloon, and just as a balloon will go down when a pin is being placed on it, that is how you begin to go down. Secondly, another danger of the comfort of applause is that it creates an illusion of arrival. This is very, very related to what I've spoken about in the first point about a reduced hunger for improvement. The moment you begin to feel comfortable with the applause of men, it gives you a false illusion that you have arrived. Meanwhile, you are not yet there. The moment you begin to become comfortable with the applause of men, you begin to feel you've arrived. Meanwhile, at some probably you may just be at the beginning point of the journey, and that ought not to be so. That ought not to be so. The moment you become comfortable with the applause of men, you begin to feel, I'm there already. I'm there already. I've become it. Meanwhile, you are not yet there. Meanwhile, you are not yet there. Thirdly, it makes people settle for things that are lesser or lower than their capacity. The moment you begin to become comfortable with applause, you begin to think of things that are lower than your capacity. You begin to think of things that are lower than your capacity. You begin to do things that are below average. You begin to do things below expectancy. Your capacity is you may not even know your capacity is bigger than what you think it is. And if you are not wise, when people begin to clap for you and it gets into you, oh my God, it's going to make you to settle for less. You begin to settle for less. You begin to settle for less. So you need to guard yourself heavily. You need to guard yourself so that you not become comfortable with applause. And this will guide me into giving us key areas or ways through which we can guard ourselves against the comfort of applause. How to guard yourself against the comfort of applause. First, see applause as an encouragement, not a conclusion. Whenever people applaud you, See it as an encouragement. Don't see it as a conclusion. Always remember that there is so much you can become. Always remember that there is so much you can do. Always remember that there is so much you can become. Don't feel you've arrived. Always see applause as an encouragement, see it as a motivation, but don't see it as a conclusion. Secondly, if you must guard yourself against the comfort of applause, then you have to surround yourself with people who will challenge you. Surround yourself with people who will challenge you to grow. Surround yourself with people who will challenge you to improve. Surround yourself with people who will encourage you. Surround yourself with people who will tell you are going wrong when you are going wrong. Surround yourself with people who will lead you becoming a better version of yourself. Don't just surround yourself with people who will always make you think less. Thirdly and finally, increase the level of your exposure. If you must go far, if you must outgrow the comfort of applause, then you must increase the level of your exposure. You must increase the level of your exposure to knowledge, your exposure to principles, your exposure to things. Ensure you are exposed. You see, sometimes the reason why applause can get to people sometimes is because they don't know where they can get to. They don't know how big their capacity can become. They don't know how much they can become. They get limited by the things they see around them. Let me tell you something. Your society or your environment contributes a lot to who you can become. It contributes to a lot to where you are going to. So expose yourself positively. The kind of things you listen to, the kind of places you go to, the kind of people you surround yourself with, the kind of content you watch on social media. What are they doing to you? Are they feeding you or are they removing things from you? These are things you need to observe. These are things you need to take cognizance of. So ensure you are exposed. The level of your exposure is very, very important. Increasing the level of your exposure. Never ever feel less of yourself. Never ever become comfortable with where you are. Increase the level of your exposure. You see, there's something I always tell people around me, that exposure stops you from being impressed by nonsense. A lot of times people become impressed by certain things, but when they become exposed to see that, oh, this thing is very normal in certain places, or this thing is actually average or small in certain places, then they will get to know that, oh, this thing is actually small and I can do better. Expose yourself, grow, travel, read books, learn, explore new ways of doing things. And by so doing, you will see that your life will become better for good. You will see that you become a person who is great. You will see that even when people are clapping for you, you don't become proud, you don't become pompous, but rather it becomes a motivation for you to grow and become who you are meant to be. So until the next episode, stay enlightened and stay intentional. And always remember that enlightenment leads to transformation, and transformation leads to empowerment. I would like to especially say a very big thank you to each and every one of you who have exercised patience in listening to this episode, and for those who have been listening to all our episodes so far, thank you very, very much. I sincerely appreciate. Please do ensure you engage with Askinization Global on every platform possible. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on LinkedIn, we are on Threads. Ensure you engage with us, engage with our content, and by so doing, you will help us grow, and you will also be blessed by the things we do. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I remain Yakubu Huleji, and this is the Enlightenment Series. Thank you.